choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Sunday, April 13, 2025. Today in history, on this day 119 years ago, Irish writer Samuel Beckett was born. Renowned for his work in drama, novels, and poetry, Beckett became a leading figure in absurdist theatre, with notable works like Waiting for Godot, Endgame, and Krapp's Last Tape. In 1969, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for pioneering new forms of fiction and drama that express the human condition with artistic depth. Today also marks the new year in several Southeast Asian countries, including Laos, Thailand, and Cambodia, celebrated as the Songkran Festival. The festival features joyful traditions such as water splashing for blessings, Buddha-honoring rituals, dragon boat races, floating lanterns, and fireworks to welcome the new year. Welcome to today's Ching Chow Morning News. Let's start with political updates. Spanish PM Pedro Sanchez visits Vietnam. According to the Vietnam news agency, at the invitation of Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez arrived in Hanoi for his official visit. This is the first visit by a Spanish Prime Minister to Vietnam since the two countries established diplomatic relations in 1977 and the first senior Spanish leader visit since King Juan Carlos and Queen Sofia in 2006. Spain is the first EU member state to sign a strategic partnership with Vietnam and one of the first to ratify the EU-Vietnam Investment Protection Agreement, reflecting a desire for closer cooperation. The visit highlights achievements in politics, economy, trade, investment, culture, national defense, security, education, and transportation. South Korea sets June 3 for 21st presidential election. According to Yonhap news agency, South Korea's acting president and Prime Minister Han Duck-soo approved a motion to hold the 21st presidential election on June 3 at a cabinet meeting. The Personnel Reform Office designated the election day as a public holiday. On April 4, the Constitutional Court ruled that President Yoon Suk-yeol's declaration of martial law lacked due process and legal basis, deeming it unconstitutional. The court removed him from office for issuing an emergency martial law order. According to the Constitution and Public Office Election Act, a presidential election must be held within 60 days after removal. Over 1,000 killed in Gaza since Israeli strikes resumed. According to Gaza News, the Hamas-controlled Gaza Health Ministry reported 1,163 deaths in Palestinian territory since Israel resumed large-scale attacks on March 18, bringing the total death toll to 50,523 since the war began on October 7, 2023. Previously, Hamas agreed to a ceasefire proposal from Egypt and Qatar, which included releasing Alexander, an Israeli soldier with dual U.S.-Israeli citizenship, and 4 Israeli hostages. It also involved releasing one hostage every 10 days in exchange for 250 Palestinians held in Israeli prisons and 2,000 detainees captured after the Israeli-Hamas conflict. However, after consultations with the United States, Israel rejected the proposal and presented new suggestions to the mediators. Trump extends TikTok sale deadline by 75 days. According to Xinhua news agency, U.S. President Trump announced that he would sign an executive order granting TikTok a 75-day grace period for the sale or ban law. Trump stated his administration has been working on an agreement to save TikTok and has made significant progress, but more work is needed to finalize it. In April 2024, then-President Biden signed a sale or ban law requiring TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to sell TikTok in the U.S. within 270 days, or the app will be banned after January 19, 2025. On January 20 this year, Trump signed an executive order giving TikTok a 75-day grace period for this law. Explosive eruption of Philippines' Kanlaon volcano. According to comprehensive news from Manila, the Kanlaon volcano in central Philippines recently erupted explosively for nearly an hour, with the ash column reaching 4,000 meters. Kanlaon is one of 24 active volcanoes in the Philippines and erupted once in December last year. Following the eruption in December, nearby villagers were evacuated, and no casualties were reported. After that eruption, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology raised Kanlaon's alert level from 2 to 3, indicating intensified magma activity. Measles outbreak in the U.S. intensifies, second child dies. According to Washington News, the second child in Texas recently died from lung failure caused by measles. The deceased was unvaccinated and had no underlying health issues. The measles epidemic has spread to 22 states in the U.S., with 642 confirmed cases, 499 of which are in Texas. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention noted that 97% of these cases involved unvaccinated individuals. During a visit to Texas to comfort the families, U.S. Health Secretary John F. Kennedy Jr., known for his anti-vaccine stance, reversed his position and stated that vaccination is the best way to prevent measles. Laos pushes for modernization of higher education system. According to the Vientiane Times, the National University of Laos recently held the first plenary meeting of the Erasmus Plus Higher Education Capacity Building Project, promoting comprehensive quality assurance and realizing a results-oriented education model, attended by representatives from the Lao Ministry of Education and domestic universities. The Lao Ministry of Education highlighted the need for education system modernization in light of Laos' development. Authorities plan to include 17 undergraduate degree courses in the reform, focusing on food technology, English, transportation and logistics engineering, animal husbandry, and business administration, all piloted at the National University of Laos. Courses in electrical engineering, veterinary medicine, and English at Suphanuvong University will also be improved. According to Xinhua Finance, the main contract of Shanghai gold futures recently closed down 2.85% at 718.18 yuan per gram. That's all for today's Qing Chao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.